Good afternoon and welcome to the Indian Women's League 2. It's match number 10 and Sesa Football Academy are taking on the Mumbai Knights. It all comes down to this encounter. Two spots up for grabs in the final round of the IWL 2. Only two teams go through and the Mumbai Knights will be looking for a victory to try and catapult the likes of Sesa and Tungabhadra, who are both on 7 points. The Knights come into this one on 5, along with Liberty Ladies, who lost in the morning and finish on 5. We're live from the Sesa Academy ground where the home side just needs a point to go through. Their goal difference is also better than Tungabhadra. But the Mumbai Knights, they need a victory. Otherwise, their I League 2, or rather the IWL 2 dreams are over. Tungabhadra FC will be watching on closely. And Sesa, who haven't lost a game so far, in fact, take on a side in the form of the Mumbai Knights who haven't lost either. So both the unbeaten sides taking on each other. So here we go. Time to get things underway. Both the skippers will be leading their sides out. Sushmita Jadhav and Nikita Jude. Sesa Football Academy in the blue strip. Mumbai Knights in the pink and white. It is match number 10. We're live from the Sesa Academy ground. And we'll be underway shortly. What an exciting group stage this has been. Three groups of 5 teams each. Only 2 go through into the next round. Group A has been concluded. Garhwal United and Kridda Prabodhini Pune finishing up on top. We'll get back to that. Snigdha Mondal is your match official along with Moni Khilari and Vidya Lakshmi Devi Yumnam. Pooja S, the 4th official. Match commissioner Pradeep Kumar Thaluri. And my name's Liam. I'll be taking you through this final encounter in Group C. 7 points for Sesa, 7 for Tungabhadra, who have already finished their campaign. Mumbai Knights on 5 points, and it's anybody's for the taking. Liberty Ladies had a chance in the morning, but they fell short to Tungabhadra FC. What a game that was. Got the captains ready for the encounter. Pictures out of the way. Let's take a look at the lineups. Head coach Severino Fernandez for the Sesa Football Academy. There's Aroshi Flani Pushpa, Shushmita Milicia, Laura Rizella Alicia, Anilia Ria, the goalkeeper, and Arpita. Head coach is Pritam Chandrakant Mahadik for the Mumbai Knights. Starting lineup is Krishita, Sapna, Nikita, the skipper, Urvi, Kanchan, Bhagyashri, Delphia, Janvi, Deepika, Minakshi, and Shubhangi. Options on both benches. as we'll quickly run through them. And you can hear the loud roars from both sides and the spectators.
20 seconds.
So we're almost all set for this one. So we kick off at Sesa football ground. 3 teams in contention, 2 spots up for grabs, and it all comes down to one encounter. Sesa Football Academy hosts the Mumbai Knights with Tungabhadra FC watching on, hoping that the results go their way, hoping that Sesa can pick up a victory or a draw. But if the Knights win, then it'll be good night for Tungabhadra. And they will top this group if they win today, the Mumbai Knights. Both these sides unbeaten so far. It could stay that way if it's a draw, but a draw won't help Mumbai. All the possible outcomes were available before the games this morning. And Tungabhadra getting that important victory, going from 4 points to 7 and beating the likes of the Liberty Ladies. Sesa Football Academy, who have done so well in the men's game, and now doing the same in the women's section. Very confident. Playing out from the back, as we can see. Pushpa sets it up, then the ball is played through very nicely. In fact, there was no runner available, but the idea was correct. And speaking about that morning game which took place, Liberty Ladies and Tungabhadra FC. Liberty Ladies took the lead in the 11th minute. Then Tungabhadra equalized in the 23rd. Liberty took the lead again in the 33rd. Then there was an equalizer by TFC in the 63rd. And in the 90th minute, Tungabhadra FC winning with a last minute strike by Nandini to get themselves into the final round, perhaps. All depends on this result, of course. Cross comes in. Mumbai Knights look for their first attack. Alisha watches it through as Ria will claim. Opportunity to play it through. That's a really nice ball from Anilia. Shushmita checked back inside and now plays it through. Cleared away by a pink shirt, Rizella. And another ball almost found its way through from Anilia. In fact, it was Alisha who came all the way forward. That's a nice move. Delphia can't get the better of Alisha, who came all the way back. Sapna puts a ball through, headed away. Now Sesa trying to move it forward. Here is Rizella, but she wins a throw in. So as I said, Group A done and dusted. Garhwal United and Krida Prabodhini Pune going through. Group B, still has a few games to go. But Roots FC and Indian Arrows are on 6 points each. But the Unicorns and Interkashi and Casa Barwani still in it. Just like this group, it might go all the way to the wire, just like it has for the Interkashi men's team as well in the I League. Another long ball played. And we could see the same thing in the top level of the women's game in the IWL. East Bengal and Gokulam Kerala in a title battle there. Bit of possession here for Mumbai Knights. But now Sesa to try and move it through Arpita. Plays it back to Flani Costa. Left-footed pass. It's a good delivery. Very well dealt with by the defense. Sesa still have it though. Opportunity to shoot maybe. I beg your pardon. But Rizala does really well to win it back. Alicia with the ball and it's awkward. And somehow the defense deals with it. Picked up well by Minakshi. Last year it was Shribhumi FC and Nita FA gaining promotion from the IWL to the IWL, who will follow in their footsteps. It's anybody's for the taking, especially once we go into the final round where there are 6 teams playing, who will be playing actually. And Mumbai Knights could finish with a draw here and still not go through. So they could be unbeaten of 4 games but still not qualify. That's how intense the competition is. Sesa Football Academy starting off with a draw themselves on the 1st of April versus Liberty Ladies. That was a 1-1 encounter. In fact, they were trailing until the 70th minute. That's when Pushpa got the equalizer. After that, they just brushed aside Northeast United FC by 7-1 with the side from Goa. Quite a few different goal scorers as well. Here's Rizella. Bit of a battle in the midfield. Rizella wins it, plays it through. This is a good delivery. Opportunity for Sesa Football Academy to take the lead. It's quite wide. Chance for the cross, but it's very well defended. Deepika dropping deep and making sure Alicia's cross was delayed and then subdued. Time for Pushpa, who also opened the scoring in that Northeast United game, to take the corner. Pushpa pushes it through. Rizella has a chance. It's cleared away again. Janvi Shetty this time. Initial header missed by everybody, but Rizella couldn't get a shot away. Slight clash of heads maybe. Deepika gets back up though. Time for another corner from Pushpa. Pushpa, in fact, has opened the scoring in all 3 games for Sesa. Oops. Has to stop that. She also scored in a 4-0 victory versus Tungabhadra FC. Netted a couple actually. Pushpa's corner, missed by everybody. Blue shirt has a chance to shoot. It's blocked again. And another shot comes in, but it's wide. Two corners averted by Mumbai Knights. And Sesa FA are turning it on. So 1-1, 7-1, and then 4-0 for Sesa. Scored 12 goals and only conceded a couple. That was a poor pass from the back, almost caught out by Shushmita. Pushpa scoring 5 of the Sesa goals. Shushmita with 3 Flani with 2. Pearl and Anilia with 1 each. Here's Arpita, plays it wide, back to Pushpa. Anilia again, does well to find Rizella, who can't find a pass herself. Here's Anilia again. Good delivery, past everybody including Shushmita. This is a lot better from Sesa FA. Now moving on to the Mumbai Knights. Started off the campaign with a tough 2-2 draw versus Tungabhadra FC. Then a 0-0 draw versus Liberty Ladies. Then they beat Northeast United 5-0. They've got to be careful here though. Just biting off more than she could chew there, Pushpa. Could have taken a left-footed shot, didn't want to. But now she gets another corner. Active stuff from the women in blue. Quite a few onlookers outside the ground. Delivery comes in, dealt with by the Mumbai Knights. That's nicely done. Back into the danger area, they try to put it. Anilia couldn't get any space, and now the Mumbai Knights can move it forward. That's brilliantly done, and then a bit of a pullback, but no foul given. I thought Delphia did really well to win possession. Was that a foul though? Anyway, Rizella moves forward, plays it through. Too hard for Anilia's run. Just the 2 goals conceded for Mumbai Knights as well, but they haven't scored as many as Sesa. They've only scored 7. Delphia was just on the ball, leading their scoring charts with 4 goals. Rebecca, Devika, and Kanchan getting the rest. So it's been a really impressive campaign for Delphia. Pushpa lets it run a bit. Bit of a battle there again. One back nicely in the middle. Janvi. There's Nikita. And Sapta plays it through. The calls from the bench was to keep the ball, but they just smashed it over the top. Looking for a flick there, not really working. It's a decent delivery. Well negotiated by the defense. They've got to clear it away though. And they give it away again. This is poor from the Knights. Sesa just too quick to latch onto the ball. Now they have it. Shushmita doesn't play the ball first time. Krishita is there to deal with her. She nutmegs her though. But then is saved by one of her teammates. That's a nice ball through. Looking for a bit of a counter attack here, the Mumbai Knights. Good tackle there from Marisha. Both teams in for the fight. Tungabhadra FC will be cheering for Sesa FA. Nothing working out there. They will get another throw in. In fact, it will be the other way. Goal difference of plus 10 for Sesa FA. Actually, Liberty Ladies had a better goal difference, but they are not in contention anymore. They had a goal difference of 11. Sesa more or less are through on goal difference. Still, you want to make sure you get the job done. Want to win another game going into the final round. It's all about momentum in these sorts of competitions. 15 minutes played, it's still 0-0 though. A bit of hassling there, which means that the Mumbai Knights will get another throw. Nikita. Beautiful footwork from her. Tries to cut inside, but was double teamed. Bit of possession now for the Knights. That's a great run by Deepika. Gets brought down, that's a sure foul. We are coming to the business end of most of the competitions, the league competitions in the Indian football circuit. IWL almost finishing. IWL 2 will be done in after the next phase of the final round. I League finished yesterday. ISL knockouts are going on. It's all happening. Cross comes in. This could be an opportunity from a header. Way over the top though. Somebody has copped a blow. I don't think the physio will come on though. Bit of an issue there for Janvi, but it's all okay. It's a nice ball out. A bit of phases for both teams, where they keep possession. That is all. That's what it's all about. You're not going to keep the ball for the whole 90. You've got to absorb pressure when you don't have it, and when you do have the ball, you've got to make your opponent's life tougher. Looking to play that ball through, well intercepted by Kanchan. Plays it wide, though it will be a throw in. This time it will be a throw for Shushmita and Sesa. Crossing opportunity, it's a flat one. Rizela has a chance to shoot. She just snatched at it. I think she had a lot more time than she anticipated. That could have been a good one. Given away. Here's Arpita. Plays it through, but it was left by Anilia. She didn't realize it. The ball was played for her. Mumbai Knights did get 7 points last season and still weren't able to make it into the top two in their group. They were pretty unfortunate about that. Puduva Unicorns and Garwa United got 10 and 9 points each, and the Mumbai Knights got 7. Beat the likes of Sai Football Club and AIPL. But a draw to the Unicorns and a loss to Garwal, that's what cost them. And if you get to 7 points and still don't go through, that's bad luck. Here's an opportunity. Keeper counts for it. Luckily, it goes out of play. Could have been a catastrophic outing. They were the only team to get to 7 points and not qualify, which was tough on them. This time, 8 will suffice, that's for sure. If they win today, Nikita puts the ball through. Not the best of clearances. Shot is taken over the top from Shubhangi Subha, who we haven't seen much of today until that shot. That being said, if the Knights win, then Tungabhadra will also be in that unfortunate position of scoring 7 points but not making it through. Anybody's game for the taking right now, at least. Almost halfway through the first half. Nice first touch there by Janvi. Just beyond Delphia. Gets a throw for the Knights. Sesa FA themselves can go to 10 points of 4 games and finish off this campaign, or rather this group on a high. A lot more to go in the campaign, of course. Nice 1-2 there between Pushpa and Rizella, who plays it through for Shushmita. Back to Rizella. Looks for the ball beyond, but I think rushed it a bit, looking for Arpita. Rizella can't get her first touch correct there. Second one is really good and keeps a bit of possession for Sesa FA, who can rebuild. Nice ball from Alisha. Pushpa plays it back. Alisha finds Shushmita. He looks for a runner and plays it into the space beautifully. For Marisha, cuts back in to Shushmita, who gives her space and time to pass. Now Rizella. Back to Shushmita. This is great stuff from Sesa. Good challenge though in the center. I think from Nikita to just stop whatever they were planning. And now another ball in. Should be comfortably dealt with. That's what I meant about soaking in the pressure. Mumbai Knights didn't force a pass. Sorry, they didn't force a tackle. Just waited for Sesa to make a mistake. It took them a while. Arpita does well to turn, has Pushpa with her. Pushpa plays it through. Bit of a turn there. The idea was right by Flanny, but she couldn't get the pass. Sushmita should get there first. It was her touch, I think, that took it away. Good call from the ref. Quite a competitive fixture, this one. Sushmita again. Tries to turn Krishita, who wasn't leaving her. Enjoyable first 25 minutes at the Sesa football ground. Nice 1-2. Poor pass there from Pushpa though. Tries to win it back. The Knights need to get it out of this danger area, but they can't. Looking for a shot. Nothing comes off it, and in fact now it falls to a pink shirt. Acres of space beyond them, looking for a run is Janvi, but she doesn't get any options. I think that run from Delphia perhaps needed to be into that left channel so she could have played the ball through. There's Arpita. Sushmita turns. Plays it through. Can get it back from Pushpa. Just plays it slightly wide, which allowed Nikita to watch over it, as Minakshi claimed. But it's been really impressive to see how well these women's teams are playing. The distribution, the movement, the composure on the ball, everything great to see. The vision as well from a lot of the attackers, and the anticipation from the defenders too. Women's football only growing in leaps and bounds. And having called women's sub-junior girls games and the nationals, and then IWL, two IWL, even a couple of Indian national team games, I can tell you that it starts at the grassroots level and then works its way up. That's the beauty of having these different age group leagues and these different tiers in both the men's and women's games. And the state leagues as well have been really influential in bringing about these talented players and giving them an opportunity to then go on to another club or play for their states. And the fact that now you also have two national leagues in the form of the IWL and IWL2, lots of exposure. If you aren't ready to make that step to the IWL, you can still play in a very competitive league. A bit of possession now for Mumbai Knights. Turning opportunity for Kanchan. It's got a bit of heavy strapping on that right knee of hers. Sapna, who's got the same on her left knee. Seem to be moving okay though, just a bit of precaution maybe. Bhagyashi loses it. That's a lovely ball through from Flanny. Sushmita to Pushpa. Has space to try and play a through ball. Pushpa delayed it a bit, and that's the anticipation I was talking about. Nikita stepping in and realizing that Pushpa had an opportunity to play a defense splitting pass but wasn't able to, because she stepped in just in time, did Nikita. And both teams just cancelling each other out for the time being. Mumbai Knights also know that they've got to stay in the game. They don't want to go 1-0 down because then they'll have to try and score two. They can keep their defense tight, just like they do again, and then score a goal somewhere. And it'll be a grand opportunity for them to pick up the 3 points and go into the final round. In this, their second attempt. Especially for a side like the Mumbai Knights, who are one of the few teams to play in last season's IWL 2 and this season's. The minute you look back upon the previous season, you think, okay, we missed out by a point. Now we're going to surely make it into the top four, rather the top six. Well, they're just a win away from that. But they've got 60 minutes to try and do that. A bit of a foul from Kanchan, spotted by the ref. Snigdha Mondal. And time for a cooling break. So a bit of a breather for both teams who've worked really hard in the first 30 minutes. Haven't seen too many clear-cut opportunities. A few corners for Sesa. A couple of runs down the wings for Mumbai Knights. But it's really well poised. As we have a slight breather, a minute or two of the cooling break, where the coaches can maybe reassess and the players can rehydrate. And so can the officials, of course. Indian summer is pretty much underway for the last few weeks. It's pretty hot in Goa, which is the ideal beach destination. Sometimes not the easiest place to play football in though because of the weather. But the sun sets nice and late. Aroshi continues for Sesa. Not the best of crosses from Alisha. And now a bit of space for Delphia, who played it through. Shubhangi with a lovely ball down the right hand side. This could be an opportunity. Bit of a heavy touch, but wonderful ball there from Shubhangi, who I think is a lot better in the middle of the pitch. It was a good ball from Delphia down the left. All about who creates that first chance, I feel. If you get the first chance and you capitalize on it, then that will be really helpful. Ball down the line for Pushpa, tries to keep it in. But Nikita is there to defend. Bit of a tussle, both players over the ball. Not sure that's allowed, but played through by Alisha. There's no one there. Can't really lie down and keep the ball under your legs for too long. Maybe it wasn't long enough, according to the referee. It's all about who gets that first goal, as I said. And if there are no goals in this game, then it'll be the Mumbai Knights who'll be really annoyed. But here they have to defend. Opportunity for Sesa. Now the left hand side. The cutback is there. Nikita needs to get a touch away. She does. A pass from Alicia could have been held back a tad bit. I think from Anelia rather. She could have just waited slightly and played it towards the runners. Pushpa and Alicia. And Sesa Football Academy have played some good through balls. Nicely done by Alicia. A bit of a disguised pass. Now she plays the one into the channel. Doesn't work out. Sapna can't get it away. Anelia. Flani. To Maricia, who's the defender. A left back who has number 9. And she makes an underlapping run and now can cross. And I think the final touch came off her, so it will be a goal kick. Good defensive work. Taken quickly here, Shubhangi. A bit too much on that ball from her. Couldn't find Urvi, who's also very good at moving forward. Eight minutes to play, plus a bit of stoppage time maybe. Haven't had too many stoppages though. Get the feeling that both teams just don't want to make a mistake. But at some point, Mumbai Knights have to chase the game. They have to go for the goal. Even if they lose, it doesn't matter. But they've got to try to win. Cleared away by Minakshi. Nicely taken down by Shushmita, who lines up a shot. Easy pickings though for Minakshi. Not the best of kicks, but not the best of touches either. Shubhangi. But brilliantly won back by Rizella. But then, good anticipation from Bhagyashri. Not allowing the opponents to get the ball and make the most of it. From both teams' perspective, Sapna plays it through to Kanchan. Crossfield ball from her, but nobody made the run. Six to play in the first half. Tungabhadra FC are watching on. As things stand, they will be going through. Beautifully left there by Pushpa. For Arpita, who plays it straight through to Pushpa. This is a great move. Pushpa tries to cross and then just delays it a bit too much. But credit to Deepika, who made the challenge and forced Pushpa to keep going towards that byline, touchline rather. Could she have crossed it earlier though? Great move between Pushpa and Arpita. Here's Meresia to Shushmita. Another underlapping run, but used as a decoy this time by Shushmita, who gets it back from Anilia. Rizella to Flani. Nice touch from Pushpa, but it doesn't work out. Not cleared first time. Nikita, good composure from the Knights between her and Janvi and Bhagyashree or Shubhangi. Got to be careful playing out from the back. And a lovely ball by Minakshi. Ball playing goalkeepers as well. We've seen a lot of that in the women's game. That's wonderful to see. Alisha does well to fend off Delphia, who hasn't been through on goal today. She's got 4 so far for the Knights. Hasn't had too many chances today though. Shubhangi wins it back. Kanchan plays it through. Very tough ask for Delphia to get there. Ria Rajesh just rolling down the clock. Forcing Delphia to chase. And just drawing out the Mumbai Knights so that a ball like that can be played through, but it's gone out of play. That is a good ploy because until you pick the ball up, or rather until the striker comes to the goalkeeper, she won't pick the ball up. And when the striker does, then there's a bit of space opened up. Rizella couldn't get there. It's cleared away by a blue shirt. Good header by Sapna. Flani plays it through. Shushmita drops deep. Can't get the pass away. Bhagyashree plays it wide now. Kept in by Urvi. Towards Bhagyashree, but Flani was there. Poor pass. Shushmita this time with a safer ball. Towards Anilia, who's really quick. She has Arpita for help, but uses Shushmita instead. Nicely done from her. Alisha puts the ball through. That's a nice touch. Wonderful challenge from Nikita Jude. She is super at the back. They don't mind getting their socks dirty, do the Mumbai Knights defenders. If they can keep a clean sheet today, then it's over to the attackers. Get the goal. Sesa played through. Reverse ball is played, but Sapna with the interception and a slight tackle of her own. Urvi now using her pace. Keeps going. Plays it to Bhagyashree a little too slowly. Not for the first time we've seen that. Kanchan with the challenge. Rizella plays it through. Great interception though from Bhagyashree. And into the final minute of the first half we go. Apart from the added time. It's been some quality football. Sometimes you don't have too many chances, but you do have good technical ball players, good movement, nice formations, and it's been that sort of a game. And you do get this at the highest levels where two teams who are more or less on the same level, they tactically outdo each other. They cancel each other out, and then towards the last 15-20 minutes it becomes an end-to-end battle. We might see the same between these two sides.
Around side.
Unless somebody can break the
2 minutes.
deadlock in the next 2 minutes. Flavia tries to play it through. Flani, I beg your pardon. Here's Shushmita. Arpita does well. Rizella lets it run, and she can go to try and shoot. She does, but it's wide. Ball just went a bit away from her before she took a shot. But you would like to see a few more long attempts from either team. Maybe put the goalkeepers under pressure. So far, Ria Rajesh for Sesa and Minakshi for Mumbai Knights. The goalkeepers have had a few collections to make, but no real saves. Nicely done by Aroshi. Keeps going. Shushmita plays it through for Rizella. In fact, for Pushpa. Tries to go wide. Nikita hits it off her, I think. No, she doesn't. But it would have been offside. That's why it was left alone by Alicia. Pushpa thinking she would make it. And that, I think, should be the first half. A few seconds to go. Kanchan to Janvi, who can play it through, and she does. That's a great ball. Can the Knights get the lead before half time? Urvi has to play to Janvi. She takes a bit of time. Kanchan can't get there. Sesa win the ball back, and that'll be half time. Nothing to separate Sesa and Mumbai Knights. None of them are winning, but Tungabhadra FC are in a winning position right now. As things stand, it's them and Sesa who are going through to the final round of the IWL 2. But the Mumbai Knights will know that if they keep a clean sheet and manage to get a goal, it will be them who leapfrog TFC into the final six. Time to see a few highlights. We kicked off 45 minutes ago. A few good challenges from the Knights. A few decent moves from Sesa, especially those balls through. But the defense has just about done enough. Nikita with a good touch there. And not much to speak about in terms of chances. Possession more or less the same. 6 shots from Sesa, nothing really to talk about. One on target, one save, mostly a feeble effort. 3 shots from Mumbai Knights, one on target. 3 corners for Sesa, haven't made the most of those either. One foul apiece and no real cards. Played in a good spirit, mostly a possession based game, as you can see. So that's how it is. It is at halftime. 0-0 between Sesa FA and Mumbai Knights. Don't go anywhere because Group C is going to be settled in the next 45. Welcome back to second half action at Sesa Academy ground. 0-0 between these sides. Anybody's game for the taking. But the most nervous team of them all will be Tungabhadra FC because it's not in their hands. All they can do is watch.
होय तो दो दा ते आता पहिले त्याने ना सुजागा होता लोक
Looks like we're all set to resume. Waiting for the official time for kickoff.
seconds.
So here we go, 45 minutes to decide the fate of Mumbai Knights as they look to beat Sesa and not only top Group C but topple over Tungabhadra FC's hopes and qualify for the final round themselves. That should go out of play. Awkward fall there. Anilia is fine. Nikita Jude helps her up. That's good from her. Good sportspersonship. It's given away though. Rizella has it. Not the best of free kicks from Sapna. She apologizes. Bit of a foul there. Decent run down the left hand side. Easy pickings though for Flani Costa. Sapna lets it run, but in fact she's beaten to it by Anelia, who's got a lot of pace. Anelia cuts back outside and takes a shot. It's over the top, but she had Rizella near the center spot for a pass. Great pace shown by Anelia, but I think the composure to pick out the pass there would have been the icing on the cake. Sapna's got to be careful of the pace that Anelia possesses. Sapna's also slightly hurt on the knee, as we've seen. Here's Urvi. Plays it back. Nicely done by Shubhangi. Plays it wide. Janvi cuts inside at the edge of the area. And that's a poor shot from Bhagyashree. The ball could have been left for her by Delphia if there was a better call, perhaps. Not too much time for the Mumbai Knights. As I said, just the one half to try and get back into, or rather take the lead in this game. But what's important is that they don't concede, because then all they need to do is score one goal. Short corner taken by the Knights. Nothing works out though. Down the right hand side, they come here. Sapna using the pace. Sesa know that they are pretty comfortable in terms of their goal difference ahead of Tungabhadra. But they also will want to finish this group stage with a win. That's a nice ball through. Rizella has it. Sets it up for Shushmita. Cuts inside. Shushmita with the shot. Shushmita with an absolute screamer from the edge of the area to give Sesa Football Academy the lead. Their number 7 with a strike that maybe puts a dagger to the hopes of the Mumbai Knights. Initial pass towards Rizella, who then played it towards Shushmita. It was a bit short. Brilliant first touch, and boom, into the top left corner. No chance for Minakshi, who could only watch on. Advantage Sesa.
Goal scorer, Sesa Football
Huge
Academy,
advantage
jersey number 7,
to Tungabhadra FC now. The side from Andhra Pradesh, who want Sesa to do them a favor, have just got their wish. Sushmita with a bit of magic down the center of the park, tries to do the same down the left, holds on to possession. Arpita, there's a spring in the step for Sesa. Malaysia, back to Arpita. Good challenge from Kanchan to win it back. Delphia, back to Kanchan. Mumbai Knights, who did go down against Tungabhadra FC and then came back in that first game, need to do the same. Not the best of balls through the center. They're using a lot of their pace down the right hand side. Sesa. Good challenge though from Deepika. Anilia is so quick. Pushpa can take the corner kick now. Pushpa joined by Shushmita on 5 goals apiece now for Sesa. A wondrous strike from the number 7. Sesa, who slowly but surely are making their name in the Indian football circuit. Won a couple of competitions in Goa for in the men's game. looking to do something special in the women's game as well. What a strike that was from the likes of Shushmita, the captain. Rizella, who got an assist for that, does well to hold on to it. Good defensive work though from Deepika, who has been superb. Sesa Football Academy women's team, also the champions of the 24-25 Goa Women's League. And last season's champions, FC 2M. Also involved last season in the IWL 2. This Sesa who've taken that spot as champions of their state league. Here's a free kick opportunity. Sesa looking to double their lead now. Sushmita herself. Decent delivery. The header's wide though. For a second, it looked like they were almost doubling their lead. Late run at the back post. Couldn't find the target. Here, Shushmita again. They're mounting up the pressure, looking to put this game to bed. Rizella plays it through. Pass is there for Shushmita from Arpita, but great defensive work. It's an uphill task for the Mumbai Knights. And they are going to make a change. Rebecca is on. Two balls are on the field. Play on, says the ref. Shushmita's shot is wide. And it can't be kept in. Should have been left alone by Minakshi. She gives away a corner. You can't be stopping unless the referee's whistle is blown, and they will have to deal with this corner. Kanchan doesn't like it. Krishita Iyer is the one off. So a midfielder on, an attacker on actually for a defender.
Substitution, Mumbai Knights FC. Jersey number 2, Krishita Iyer. Replaced by jersey number 9, Rebecca Zamtianmavi.
Pushpa with another corner. Headed away. Rizella couldn't do much about it. Cleared away. Rebecca goes deep and then clears. And speaking of go in football, of course, in the men's game, the 10s dominated by Goan teams in the I League. Not too much of Goan representation in the Indian Women's League. Churchill Brothers women's team did play in 22-23. Panjim footballers also did play in 2018-19. And Sirvodem also in 21-22. They haven't been able to stay in the league for too long. Any of these sides in the IWL from Goa. Sesa looking to make it there. If they can get promotion this year. And speaking of Churchill brothers, they are also doing well in the I League, looking to make it to the ISL. All depends on if they can win that I League. Cleared away there by Laura. And how the Goans would love to see Sesa in the IWL. The men's team did well in the I League 3 but couldn't make it forward to I League 2. Bit of a flick on there from Delphia. Nicely done by Ria Rajesh. Holding on to possession, keeping the momentum with her side. Kanchan now plays it to Urvi. A bit of a stoppage though. Was there a foul? Shubhangi is down. Needs a bit of treatment perhaps.
What do you mean? Go out. It's a clear advantage.
The ball is with us, not with them, with us.
Chance.
Advantage is here, not there.
Hopefully Shubhangi will be okay. The Knights need her to be fine. Bit of strapping though on those hamstrings. And Mumbai Knights themselves, of course, Mumbai Women's Premier League champions in 22 and 23, and also WIFA Women's Football League champions in 23-24, which is basically the Western India Football Association in Maharashtra, their state league. So both these sides have won trophies. Time for a change now. Will be the likes of Pearl Fernandez to come on and replace Anilia Ribeiro, who has had
To Sesa Football Academy.
a gem of a game
Number
herself.
16, Aniela Barreto, replaced by jersey number 22, Pearl Fernandez.
Anila Barreto is one to watch out for. Pearl looking to take over and do the same. Here's Gisela. Arpita. Flani plays it back. That's a decent ball through. Awkward for the keeper. It's outside the box. Shushmita can't deal with it. Not much time. Tungabhadra FC will be watching on. Speaking of silverware for these two teams, and they have been around for a while. For Tungabhadra FC, in their first proper league, first proper tournament, if they can make it into the final round, what an achievement for them and for Andhra Pradesh. But you can't count anything for granted. Mumbai Knights need to push. They need 2 goals to qualify now. Shubhangi, who's back, plays it wide. Good defensive work there by Alisha. The Knights still have it. Delayed cross there by Nikita, and she loses possession. Pushpa, who's been really good today, comes inside. Kanchan can't stop her. Deepika gets the better of Pearl. And now there's a bit of space for the Mumbai Knights. Delphia tries to play the ball through, bit of a touch. Ria will collect, but this is better from the side in pink. Rizella does really well. Pearl is there, but Rebecca, who is playing defensively by the looks of it, steps in. Bit of a foul there. Not much in it though, or it was Rizella's challenge from behind actually. Offside flag up against Sushmita just before Pearl was getting interested in maybe a ball coming towards her. End-to-end stuff maybe towards the last 25 minutes. That's what Mumbai Knights have on the clock. If they can get one back. A bit of a loose ball fell to them, and having seen them play in the previous game, today they just feel like they don't want to take that chance. They don't want to take that risk. You've got to, especially now that you're one goal down. Shubhangi does really well. She carries it forward. Needs a bit of width down that left. Poor touch from her. Tries to win it back. Kanchan tries to do the same. That'll be a foul. That's a bad tackle on Alicia. Kanchan hurting herself in the bargain. As you see, that knee is a bit strapped. Sesa know exactly how to run the clock down. But one more goal and it should be curtains. Challenge this time from Rebecca. Pushpa was thinking of taking it quickly, but she won't. Cross comes in. Claimed. A bit too much on that from Aroshi. Nice pace on it, but too much height. Easy pickings for Minakshi. Watch out of play, not much in that. A bit of aimless movement and passing from the Knights. They need to work with a plan. Almost drops to Urvi there. She can't deal with the bounce. Bhagyashree plays it through. Claimed again by Ria. This result suits Tungabhadra FC. It's exactly what they want. Lovely ball through here for Sapna. Looks for a pass herself into the area. Looks for the flick on there, but it doesn't come about for Delphia. Shubhangi intercepts Rebecca, who can move forward a bit. Lovely pass taken down by Urvi. She's got a runner beyond her. Urvi goes for that through ball. Nothing comes off it again. Time is ticking. That's a good challenge from Rebecca. Played through by Bhagyashree. Urvi doesn't have space to work with. Sapna will help her. Sapna with the cross. Nothing to it. It's better though from the Mumbai Knights. At least a bit of pressure in terms of possession. Shushmita plays it through. Good ball. Pushpa. Shushmita. Rizella with the shot was always going to be a feeble attempt. Nothing to it again. They've got to be more constructive when they have the ball at their feet, do the Mumbai Knights. Not the best of passes again. Rizella tries to go through. Brilliant work by Deepika. She has an eye for danger. Sees it before everybody else. That's a sign of a great defender. Rizella has a chance to shoot again. Easy pickings. Got to hit it a little harder on either side of Minakshi. Bhagyashree maybe didn't have options to pass. That's why I tried to run beyond. But now a bit of space for Delphia. Had to play to Janvi quicker. Kanchan has it. Kanchan with the shot. Better from the Mumbai Knights. Need to save their campaign with 2 goals. A draw isn't enough for them. Challenge comes in there from Malaysia. Sesa know that they are in the advantage. Bit of cramp maybe for Shushmita, who has run a lot today. There's just a step actually on her foot by Sapna. Not intentional though. Time for a cooling break. This is where Mumbai Knights need to reassess, get some tactical know-how to try and break Sesa Football Academy down.
Team get in, girls get in.
It's now or never for the Mumbai Knights. That's what they would have been speaking about. Preetham Mahadik and his coaching staff. Awkward bounce! And it's gone in! Mumbai Knights have somehow managed to sneak an equalizer in. And Ria Rajesh, who has done absolutely nothing wrong, has somehow slipped up. Where did that come from? Rebecca just smashed one into the space. It bounced before Ria bounced Ray over her. Delphia with a bit of pressure.
Rebecca Zampianmavi.
And now 15 minutes to play. Mumbai Knights just a goal away from qualification. And what seemed like a dream result for Tungabhadra now might turn into a bit of a nightmare. And that'll be a nightmare spelled KNIGHT. But they still need one more goal to the Mumbai Knights. Bhagyashree with the turn. This is the momentum that they wanted. Out of nothing, Rebecca gets the equalizer. Ria under a bit of pressure. Kanchan wins it back from Shushmita. Shushmita does well to get it away. It was more of a hit and hope from Rebecca. The goal will go to her though. Asking for handball. I think the ref was slightly blindsided there. Rizella, who's had a really good game, plays it through for Pearl. Bit of space down the right for Pushpa, who takes a shot of her own. It's over the top though. Time for a change perhaps. Looks like there is the change. We'll just confirm that for you. All to play for at the end of this one. And the beauty is that it doesn't only involve these two teams. It involves a third one in the form of Tungabhadra FC. I'm sure are watching on. Rizella does really well to get past Sapna. Nobody there. In fact, the clearance isn't the best. Janvi comes in and gets it away. They're still fighting other knights. And sometimes you need a bit of luck, and there was luck involved in that equalizer. What a comeback this would be for the Knights. Here's Rebecca again with another hit and hope. She's slowly creeping up the field. She might just move into a more forward position later on. Here's Deepika. Glides past a couple, keeps going. Here's Deepika. What a run from her. Deepika keeps going. Almost got the shot away, but there was a sea of blue. Well, half a sea of blue. The other half she left in her wake. Decent delivery. Have to move towards that corner. Urvi loses out to Shushmita. Brilliant stuff there, not allowing Malaysia to clear the ball. A bit of afters involved. Snigdha Mondal steps in. Here come the Knights again. Momentum is with them, as I said. It's all about that. Another ball into the distance. Ria almost taps it into the path of Bhagyashree. They've realized the key, and that is putting the ball in the box and testing the defense and the keeper. Chase is on. Rebecca should get there ahead of Pearl. What a game this has been. Bhagyashree stopped in her tracks. Great stuff from Flani Costa. Bhagyashree doesn't give up though. And the Knights win the ball back. Here's Deepika. Poor pass for Shubhangi. In fact, it's gone further. Delphia plays it through. Ulvi's run wasn't matched though. Need to wait for her slightly. Sapna. 8 to go for Mumbai to hold on to their dreams. Sesa will go through on goal difference anyway if they lose. Of course, they don't want to. As things stand, Mumbai Knights are going to remain unbeaten but will be knocked out unless they get a goal. Rebecca smashes one, but this time it's too far away from the goal. The pressure is on Sesa. After making a mistake at the back, there's just a bit of nerves you will feel. That goes out of play for a goal kick. Snigdha Mondal was in the right position to make that out. Not the best of balls. Round the corner. Urvi to Kanchan. Back to Urvi. In fact, Bhagyashree steps in. Here's Urvi. Challenge comes in from Malaysia. She gets the ball. Brilliantly timed. Will be a Knights throw in. 6 to go. We're going into dramatic territory here. Bhagyashree needs to keep it in. And she gets a corner out of it. Kanchan will take it. Mumbai Knights, led by this man, Preetham Mahadik. As he watches on, Kanchan takes the corner. Rebecca's shot was more or less just angled it with her thigh towards the goal. Looks like it's her day today. Things are working out for her. It was headed away, not off the goal line, but as it was approaching the goal. Here's Rebecca again. I think she's got to move up the pitch. Can't be playing in that centre back position now. Deepika can hold the fort. Even if they can concede, it doesn't matter. They've got to try and score. Nice turn from Urvi. Can't play the pass though. Rizella has it, plays it through. This is the opportunity maybe for Pearl and Sesa. Pearl doesn't really accelerate. Now she takes a shot. It was a good shot eventually, but over the top. I think with between Deepika, Nikita and Sapna, if they can play a back three and Rebecca can move up, then maybe the Knights can get something out of this. But Tungabhadra FC will be watching on. They'll be looking at that clock. Clear away. Rebecca again into the space. Bhagyashree lets it run though. Was that the right move? I don't think so. Could have taken it down. Here's Ria. He'll be thinking about that mistake. Needs to put it past her. Sesa a few minutes away from the final round. As things stand, they are taking Tungabhadra FC with them. But Mumbai Knights will be hoping for one final chance.
What the face you're going?
Bit of a header there. And it's a bad clash actually. Hopefully there is nothing serious. Both the number 13s unlucky to clash with each other. Alicia and Delphia. Looks like they are okay. That will only add to the drama because we'll have some more stoppage time. Here's Sapna. Slips as she crosses. Looks like a change is on the cards for Mumbai Knights. Now there will be time for the change. Stuti Kothari will be coming on in place of Bhagyashree, who's had a really good game in the midfield. Can
Substitution
Stuti
Mumbai Knights FC.
get
Jersey number
something
10,
for the Knights?
Savitri Dalvi, replaced by jersey
Sapra
number
plays it
17,
back.
Stuti Kothari.
Rebecca goes for that ball into the box, but Pearl does well to stop her. Sapna. Shubhangi puts it through. Stuti. Cleared away though, both the 13s going at it again. Alicia got the final touch. Time for a throw. Nikita. It's now or never for the Mumbai Knights. Into the final few minutes we go. Added time to be shown. That'll go out of play.
Add on time. 5
Tungabhadra
minutes.
FC will be watching on. They have 5 minutes between them and the final 6 of the I League IWL 2. I beg your pardon. Tungabhadra FC, the first women's team from Andhra Pradesh to play in an Indian Women's League. What a story. If they can make it to the final round, as things stand, they are making it. Mumbai Knights, on the other hand, might just miss out on qualification to the final round by a point for the second season in succession. A bit of a challenge will be a yellow card. Paul has done well to deal with Rebecca, put some pressure on her. This is good for Sesa. They can keep the ball away from the Knights. Cross comes in. Headed away brilliantly. No high boot given though. There was a foot there. Flicked on. Rizella has it. Goes for the pass around the corner. Doesn't work. But Mumbai Knights could be in the unfortunate position of being unbeaten but still getting knocked out. 3 draws and a win won't be enough to get them through into the next round. Sesa are doing all they can to stay unbeaten themselves and go through with 8 points. Tungabhadra FC nervously watching on. Liberty ladies may be watching on thinking what might have been.
Jersey number 13, Delphia Trevor Pereira, being replaced by jersey
They
number
could have been on
19,
6 points
Darshini
too.
Chandra.
Hiroshi, great shot from her. It hits the post and it's somehow been kept alive by Mumbai Knights. But that would have been a fantastic free kick from Hiroshi all the way through. Misjudged by the keeper. Let's take another look at it. Launched it, missed by everybody. I almost went into the back of the net. Shubhangi couldn't deal with it. There's Urvi. Last few seconds on the clock for the Mumbai Knights. They put it into the area that should be. Oh, she dropped it for a second. Risky stuff from Ria. She's been so solid the whole game. But ever since she let that ball bounce over her head, it's been pretty iffy from her. Smash long. That's a bit of a challenge from Sapna, who has kept Sushmita at bay quite a bit this game. I think it's going to be a sad journey back home for Mumbai Knights. 95 minutes have been played, maybe a couple minutes more. Looks like a few cards for the bench as well from Snigdha Mondal.
आता त्यांच्यावर गेला
Marisia Tavares. Sapna gets there first. Shubhangi plays it in the center. Mumbai Knights might have a final chance. The pass on the left was on rather than the right. Kanchan puts some pressure. Sapna does well to win it back. Puts it into the area, headed away by Aroshi. Shubhangi still has it. Shubhangi looks for a cross. Decent delivery. Headed away by Laura. And Sesa have it again. Will be a throw in. How much more time will the referee Snigdha Mondal play on? Mumbai Knights have it again. Tungabhadra FC, I think, can barely watch. Last few seconds to go. Deepika puts the ball into the area. Cleared away by Sesa again. Sushmita flicks it on only as far as another pink shirt. Deepika tries to play it through. Arpita smashes it beyond for Pearl. Pearl needs to just take the ball and keep it in the corner. Pearl turns around, takes a shot herself perhaps. Sets it up for Rizella, who can't set it up for Sushmita. Do they have a bit more time? Sapna is stopped. Rizella has it. Plays it wide. How much more? Sesa look like they're happy with the draw. Pearl goes past quite a few. And what a block from Rebecca, who I think could have played more of this game. She's come on pretty late. She's been superb, whether it's attacking or defending or passing. And this should be enough to push the clock down to 0. Pushpa with the corner. Bit of a clash. And Snigdha Mondal will blow the final whistle. And the Mumbai Knights, even though they are unbeaten, will not make it to the final round. Sesa Football Academy top the group. They are unbeaten with 8 points. And they are joined by Tungabhadra FC, who in their first ever National League appearance make it through to the final round along with Sesa. At full time, it's 1 apiece between Sesa Football Academy and the Mumbai Knights. Sushmita and Rebecca getting on the score sheet. But the Mumbai Knights fall short of the IWL final round once again. Spare a thought for them. They've been great. They've gone without losing. Both these teams have. But Sesa picked up 2 wins, 2 draws. Mumbai Knights 1 win, 3 draws. Wasn't enough. Tungabhadra on the other hand, 2 wins and a draw with a loss as well. It's an emotional end to the campaign for the Mumbai Knights. They've tried so hard, but for the second year in succession, they've missed out by a slender 102-point margin. But Sesa Football Academy, they will be feeling confident going into the final rounds. As you take a look at the highlights, this was the goal. Rizella set it up for Shushmita, cut inside and bang into the top left corner. What a goal from her. Ria Rajesh was pretty confident through it all. Sesa almost got a couple and put the game beyond Mumbai Knights. Rizella played this ball through to Pearl and then made this foul. Rizella was also good. It was great display from both teams actually. Bit of a challenge there from Kanchan on Alisha, who was great. Good collections from Minakshi too. She couldn't do much about the goal she conceded. She made some good saves. Kanchan with that shot, it was just swerving away. And there was good pressure from Mumbai Knights at the end. They just couldn't manage it. A bit of challenges here and there. Shushmita had a superb game. And this ball fell to Rebecca and she just smashed it into the area. It bounced awkwardly and over Ria's head. She tried to parry it away. Maybe she could have caught it. Into the back of the net it went, and then she somehow managed to hold on to it. Pearl almost came close to snatching the win for Sesa. Mumbai Knights kept pushing. There was a bad clash of heads between Alisha and Delphia. Aroshi almost scored an absolute cracker herself. As it is, two great goals being scored by Shushmita and Rebecca. And at the end of it all, Mumbai Knights just couldn't get that important victory to get them over the line above Tungabhadra FC. Possession more or less the same. 15 shots from Sesa, 3 on target. They had to make one save only. 9 shots from the Mumbai Knights, 5 on target. Sesa making 4 saves. 6 corners to Sesa, 2 to Mumbai Knights. Just the 1 yellow card for the Knights as they tried and tried. They made 8 fouls. Sesa making 5 fouls. The game was a good one. But at the end of it all, Sesa managing to get the draw and pulling themselves and Tungabhadra FC into the final round. So Group C finishes. Group A is done. Group B remains in the IWL 2. Sesa Football Academy win by 1-0 versus Mumbai Knights and secure a spot for them and Tungabhadra into the next round. That's all from us here. Thank you for watching. This is Liam signing off.